Teslas don't need oil changes. That doesn't mean they need nothing. That myth has cost owners thousands. Some people over-service their Tesla and get upsold. Others ignore everything and get hit with huge repair bills later. Both are wrong. The real Tesla maintenance schedule isn't in the manual. It's in how the battery ages, how the tires wear, and what fails quietly over time. Here's what actually matters. Forget the "do this every X thousand miles" thinking. That's old school car logic. What really counts? Time, stress, heat. Your battery doesn't track miles like you do. It tracks how often it sits fully charged in hot weather. Your tires don't wear based on distance alone. They wear from carrying a heavy car with instant, brutal torque. And certain parts, they fail slowly, giving you warning signs long before the service light comes on. This whole maintenance thing comes down to 4 factors: stress, heat, weight, and keeping your warranty valid. Master those, and you'll know exactly what your Tesla needs and what's just someone trying to sell you something. But first, the one daily habit that protects your most expensive component. Daily habits that save you thousands. The first things you want to get right are the habits that protect your Tesla every single day. These aren't expensive services. They're small checks that save you from big problems later. Start with the battery. Battery failure doesn't happen overnight. It creeps up slowly, and your warranty only covers a complete failure, not gradual loss. Most owners assume their range or dashboard numbers tell the full story. They don't. The real trick is to watch for trends. Check your battery health monthly or every few months using a data tool and keep screenshots. That way, if something starts to drift, you catch it early. Dealers rarely warn you about this because early warnings don't make them money. Next, check your coolant. The battery's cooling system is silent but critical. A small leak today can turn into a $20,000 problem tomorrow. You don't need to flush it constantly. Just glance at the reservoir monthly and peek under the car every few months for leaks. That 5-minute habit protects one of the most expensive parts of your Tesla and keeps you ahead of problems the dealers won't tell you about. Now here's where most owners mess up the timing. The time-based stuff. Once you've got the daily habits down, the next layer is what's called time-based maintenance. These are the things that don't depend on how many miles you drive. They depend on chemistry, wear, and the environment, the invisible stress that quietly builds up over time. First up is the brake fluid. Even if you barely touch the brakes because of regenerative braking, the fluid still ages. It absorbs moisture from the air through tiny pores in your brake lines. Over time, that moisture lowers the fluid's boiling point and can corrode your ABS system. ABS failures run $1,500 to $2,500 to replace. This isn't Tesla specific, it's chemistry. The rule is simple. Replace it based on time, not mileage or driving style. Standard is every 2 years, but if you live in a humid place like Florida or the Pacific Northwest, you may want to shorten that interval. Skip this one, and it's one of the few maintenance items where Tesla can actually deny a warranty claim. It's that important. Next is the cabin air filter. People often overlook it, but a dirty filter stresses your HVAC system and is usually the first thing to trigger odors inside the car. Tesla will try to sell you air quality tests, making you think the filter is bad even when it isn't. Don't fall for it. Those tests mostly create fear. The real rule is simple. Let your environment guide you. If you live in a city with pollution, near wildfire zones, or anywhere with heavy dust, replace the filter every year. In cleaner areas, every 2 years is fine. It's a cheap, easy fix that keeps your car's air fresh and your HVAC system running smoothly. But the real money drain? It's happening to your tires right now. Once you start thinking about stress over mileage, it becomes obvious which maintenance moves actually protect your Tesla. The silent money drains. Now we get to the part where Teslas quietly burn money. These are the things that don't scream for service until it's too late, but silently add thousands to your bills. First, let's talk tires. Teslas are heavy, and that instant torque is brutal on your rubber. Without proper rotation, you'll replace tires every 15,000 miles instead of 30,000, costing you an extra $1,200 to $1,500. The trick is simple. Rotate them on schedule. About every 6,000 miles keeps wear even and avoids surprises. While you're at it, check the inner edges. Tesla's camber setup means the inside tread eats up first, especially on performance models. And here's a hidden trap. Many tire shops torque to 150 plus foot-pounds when Tesla specs call for 129 foot-pounds. That seems small, but it can strip threads or warp rotors over time, silently costing you in future repairs. Next is alignment, the invisible tire killer. One pothole, one hard curb, or a rough stretch of road can knock your alignment out of spec. It may feel subtle. Maybe your steering wheel isn't perfectly centered, or the car pulls slightly, but your tires are paying the price. Uneven wear adds up fast, and it's not cheap to replace all four prematurely. Check alignment preventively, not after the damage is obvious. An annual check or after any hard impact is enough, and you don't need Tesla's fancy equipment. Any modern independent shop with Tesla specs can do it correctly. Physics doesn't care that your car is electric. It still obeys the same laws, and neglecting alignment is a quick way to make your tires suffer. And there's one service Tesla keeps pushing that you almost never need. Small habits like proper tire rotation and alignment checks might seem minor, but over the life of your car, they're some of the biggest returns on investment you can make. When to actually service things. The last tier is called conditional maintenance, the stuff you only deal with if there's a real reason. These aren't routine checks. They're about noticing symptoms early and acting before small issues become expensive disasters. Tesla's AC doesn't just wear out over time. It either fails or develops a leak. That means all the scheduled AC service some dealers push is mostly unnecessary. Instead, pay attention to performance. Is the cabin not cooling like it should? Any strange noises? That's when it's worth looking closer. A quick visual inspection of the condenser, especially on Model 3s and Model Ys where it sits low in the bumper, can catch damage before it becomes a $1,000 repair. Don't let routine upsells convince you to spend hundreds if your AC is still blowing ice-cold air. The same goes for the drive unit and non-battery coolant systems. These are generally very stable unless the car is abused. Think track days or extreme climates. You don't need to flush these systems just because a maintenance schedule says so. Instead, monitor temperature behavior, listen for unusual noises, and check for leaks or abnormal performance. Only service them if the data or symptoms indicate a problem. That way, you avoid paying for unnecessary work while still protecting the longevity of your car. Conditional maintenance is all about attention and timing. If you're getting value from this, tap that like button so more Tesla owners see this. Most people are still getting ripped off because they don't know what I just showed you. Now, let me tell you what you should never pay for. The goal is simple. Catch the real issues before they become expensive, but don't fall for routine service that only lines the dealer's pockets. Not everything Tesla recommends is necessary. Annual inspection packages, routine AC recharges, Tesla-branded fluids, scare tactic diagnostics, most of it's just upsell. The smart approach saves you $4,000 to $7,000 over 100,000 to 200,000 miles, protects your battery, and keeps your resale value strong. It's not about loving or hating Tesla. It's about knowing when to say no. These cars are amazing, but they reward owners who actually understand them. Focus on what matters. Do it early. Do it right. And you'll never feel like you got played. Hit that subscribe button and keep your Tesla running smart, not expensive.